When your internal clock is disrupted, your emotions drift with it. That's why this week feels heavier, foggier, or strangely emotional. You're not losing your balance. Your rhythm is recalibrating. Today we're going to reground that rhythm so you can return to yourself after the time shift. This is the heart of the daylight saving emotional reset. When the clocks change, your body doesn't change with them. Your emotional system doesn't instantly adjust. Your internal rhythm doesn't snap into place just because the numbers on the screen moved forward. So even though the world says it's time to wake up, your emotions say, I'm still catching up. This mismatch creates a quiet internal wobble, a sense that you're slightly out of sync with yourself. Not broken, not overwhelmed, just misaligned. And misalignment always shows up emotionally before it shows up mentally. You feel it as fog. You feel it as irritability. You feel it as emotional thinness, like your buffer is smaller and everything touches you more directly. This is why the days after the time shift feel heavier than they should. Your system is trying to find its footing again. Now today we're going to help it do exactly that. So let's begin with the truth your body already knows. Your internal clock isn't just about sleep, it's about orientation. The quiet sense of where you are in your day, in your energy, and in your emotional landscape. And when that orientation is disrupted, your emotions drift. You lose your sense of pace. You lose your timing. You lose the internal cues that tell you when to slow down, when to focus, and when to rest. Also when to rise. So the emotional reset begins with something simple. You stop trying to match the world's pace and let your body set the rhythm again. Not by forcing it and not by correcting it, but by listening to it. Your body is already trying to reground you. You're just giving it the space to do what it's built to do. Now here's the first shift. Slow your internal tempo. After the time change, everything in the world speeds up. Schedules, alarms, expectations, and routines. But your emotional system needs the opposite. It needs slowness. It needs softness. It needs a pace that feels human again. So take a moment right now to feel your breath without changing it. Just notice it. That noticing is the beginning of regrounding, because presence is the antidote to emotional drift. When you slow your internal tempo, your emotions stop scattering. They begin to settle and they begin to gather. They begin to return to you. The second shift is this. Reconnect with your internal cues. During the daylight saving time week, your external cues, light, timing, and routine, are unreliable. So your internal cues become more important. Your body will tell you when you're tired, when you're overstimulated. It'll tell you when you need quiet and when you need movement. Also when you need stillness. But you can only hear those cues when you're not rushing past them. So today, give yourself permission to respond to what your body is actually asking for, not what the clock says you should be doing, because this is not indulgence, this is recalibration. And when you honor your internal cues, your emotional rhythm begins to realign. And here's the third shift. Return to your emotional center. As your rhythm settles, something subtle happens. Your emotions stop drifting outward and begin returning inward. You feel more grounded, more steady, and more like yourself. And this is the moment when clarity returns. Not all at once, but gently, like light rising in a quiet room. You begin to sense what matters today and what can wait. What needs softness and what needs release. And what needs your attention and what doesn't. And this is the emotional reset. It's not a technique, it's not a strategy. It's a return to your own center after a week that pulled you slightly away from it. Your emotions aren't reacting to the time change, they're recalibrating from it. And recalibration takes gentleness. Today, you slowed your tempo. You listened to your internal cues. You returned to your emotional center. And this is the heart of the daylight saving emotional reset. Not pushing yourself into alignment, but allowing yourself to come back into it. And in the next episode, we'll rebuild your inner rhythm so you can move forward with clarity again. Now you take care and stay connected.